What's up, family? Welcome to Lamp and Light. You know, I get that from Psalms 119, verse 105. God's word is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path. And, we're just getting through some literature, man. And we're continuing from last time 30 days of taming your tongue. What you say and don't say will improve your relationships. That book is by Deborah Smith Pughes. And we did the intro last time. So now here we go to chapter number 1, the lion tongue. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in men who are truthful. That's Proverbs 12:22. Here we go. Everything we do and say must be based upon truth. Lies make a shaky foundation for any relationship. Lying comes from four primary forms: deceitfulness, half truths, exaggeration, and flattery. We will look at flattery in a separate chapter. Deceitfulness. So that's what we're starting with today. When I opened the mailbox, I saw a letter from the Internal Revenue Services. My heart did not skip a beat as it had in the past. I used to dread those audits of my tax returns. Having been a faithful tither since the age of 18, I had learned over the years to keep a good record of my charitable givings because it usually generated an audit. However, I tend to be rather creative in interpreting the tax law in other aspects of the return. As I stood there figuring the envelope, I knew that whatever the nature of this inquiry, all would be well, for I had support for all of the deductions taken. I couldn't help remembering a particular audit several years back in which I frayed ignorance of the tax law to justify my claim of non deductible education expenses. While sitting before the auditor and trying to appear innocent, I kept thinking God is going to strike me dead for lying. All of my life, my Sunday school teachers had taught me that God had no tolerance for liars. Nevertheless, I have succumbed to the temptation of a larger tax refund. So there, I sat engaging in the most blatant form of lying, plain old deceitfulness. I decided that life was too short to bear the anxiety and the remorses of being deceitful for a few extra dollars. Peter warned us, whosoever would love life and see good days must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from deceitful speech. That's in 1 Peter chapter 3:10. Why do some people practice deception? Many do it for financial gain, for social advantage, to hide immoral acts, or to attain other benefits. Jacob, whose name meant trickster, conspired with his mother and deceived his father into giving him the birthright blessing that belongs to his brother Esau. That's in Genesis 27. When Esau discovered the deception, he threatened to kill him. Jacob was forced to leave town and live with his uncle Laban. Notwithstanding, he had to reap the seed of deception that he had sown. Laban tricked Jacob into marrying his daughter Leah, whom Jacob did not love. Laban further deceived Jacob by changing the terms of their employment agreement numerous of times. Jacob was forced to work 14 years to marry Rachel, whom he did love. Eventually, because he abandoned his deceitful ways and became a tither, God blessed Jacob beyond his wildest imagination. He returned home after many years with a beautiful family, much abundance, and a new name, Israel. Engaging in deceitfulness is a slap in God's face and a dire consequence, and has dire consequence. When we make a choice not to trust him to handle a situation, we in essence decide God is a liar and will renege on his promises to meet every need. When we proceed to make our own way by any means necessary, even being deceptive, in doing so, we forfeit the good life God has planned for us. And so we're going to stop right there for today. We had 5 minutes, man. So that blessed me, man. I even have to make adjustments in my life to not be deceptive, make sure that I'm not under those four things: being deceptive, half truth, exaggerating, and or just plain old simple lying, man. So uh hopefully that blesses us. That most definitely blesses me for today. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share. Go right there to QHEEM.com. If you ask, a lot of people ask me, man, how can I give back, man? Right there, there's a donate button right there, man. Make sure you follow me as I follow Christ. Till next time, we're gonna get into the next part of the chapter, half truths, man. I see y'all, man. That was Lamp and Light. It's your boy Q and Redeemed. Yee.
Trying to hide from the sorrows at the bottom of the bottle. Wonder if I survive, got my eyes on the spore. Slide to the guy that's supply the cigar. Begin to hide like I read it from a drive-by. Catch a vibe and it got me feeling sky high. I recognize I'm connected like the Wi-Fi, but God gon' work it all together like the tie-dye.